The day I was sentenced to death for a crime I didn't commit, my fiancée Elena married my stepbrother. My mother coughed up blood and died upon hearing the news, while my father's mistress celebrated at the head table. During 5 years in prison, I endured beatings and pain, surviving only on thoughts of revenge. Then, suppressed evidence emerged, proving my innocence. I walked out, buried the name Caleb Rivera, and plunged into the violent underworld of the borderlands. The man who rose from the corpses was Vince Vance, a feared name in the global arms trade. 2 years later, I returned to New York as a munitions tycoon to visit my mother's grave. As my jet landed, the city's elite gathered to welcome Mr. Vance. On my way out, I saw Elena standing pale at the edge of the crowd. "Caleb?" she whispered. She rushed over, grabbing my arms. "You're alive. Why didn't you come for me?" I calmly removed her fingers from my sleeve. "Ms. Elena, have some dignity." Taking a silk handkerchief, I wiped where she'd touched me, deliberately showing the platinum band on my ring finger. "My wife is a germaphobe." Elena's gaze locked onto the ring. Her eyes widened in disbelief. "Wife? Caleb, don't be delusional. Look at you." The crowd began to whisper, their looks of admiration turning to suspicion. "Isn't that the Rivera convict? The one who was on death row? Where is security? Get him out of here. If he upsets Mr. Vance, we're all finished." The man who had just been handing me his business card sneered, shoving me. "Get lost. A convict has no business at a gathering like this." In the commotion, the handkerchief my wife had embroidered for me fell to the marble floor. I reached down to retrieve it, but a stiletto heel slammed down on the fabric. Elena looked down at me, her eyes wet but hard. 7 years. "Caleb, if you were alive, why didn't you come see me?" I stared at the white silk, now stained with the dirt from her shoe. My eyes turned cold. "See you? See you marry my stepbrother? See you become my sister-in-law?" Elena flinched. "No! I had no choice back then. You don't understand." I let out a low, humorless laugh I would never forget. 7 years ago, in that courtroom, when the judge read the death sentence, my father and Elena didn't cry. They exhaled. They smiled. That relief was a dull knife sawing at my heart. Elena scanned my appearance, then looked behind me at the empty exit. "Why did you come out of the VIP gate? Do you know the arms dealer, Mr. Vance?" I smirked and shook my head. After all, how can one know oneself? Elena let out a breath, her posture relaxing. "Caleb, I'm begging you, don't cause a scene today. We have bet everything on making a connection with this Mr. Vance." Her eyes drifted to my phone, which lit up with a notification. The lock screen showed me holding my wife, with our 2-year-old daughter in my arms. Elena froze, then let out a scoff. "God, you haven't changed. Still so childish. Did you Photoshop that just to make me jealous?" Her arrogance reminded me of our youth. I once flew halfway across the world just because she said she missed me, just to sing her to sleep. I thought devotion would be returned with devotion. I was an idiot. Seeing my silence, she pitied me. "Give it up. Even if you play pretend, I won't feel anything for you anymore." I ignored her narcissism. I pointed to her foot. "Give me the handkerchief." She looked confused that I cared about a piece of cloth. She lifted her foot, picked it up with 2 fingers, as if it were toxic waste, and sneered. "It's just a dirty rag. Is this all you're worth now?" She tossed it into a nearby trash can. Without hesitation, I reached into the bin. Amidst the gasps of the crowd, I retrieved it, carefully dusting off the ash and grime. Elena's disdain overflowed. "No wonder you came out that exit. You're working as a janitor now. Caleb, if you're willing to beg, I can ask your brother to give you a job. At least, you won't have to be a bottom feeder." I folded the cloth reverently and placed it back in my inner pocket. "No need. I didn't come back to beg for a job." I looked her dead in the eye. "I came back to balance the ledger." "You? With what power?" she snapped. I didn't answer. I clicked the link in my bio to get the full story for free.